Good evening, everyone. As your county judge, as regardless if you voted for me or you did not vote for me, I'm still here to protect you. I'm still here to protect the citizens of our community, and I think that's number one. As an oil and gas, basically that's our bread and butter for our family. I understand what a refinery can do, and I understand the importance of one. But why here? Why 3 miles away from Bruni High School, from Bruni community, from my neighbors I do have family members as well and good friends that are around here. You know, I need to speak a little bit about what happened and my experiences with Raven. When they first approached me, before they even bought the piece of property. They didn't disclose exactly where. They just wanted to make sure that we were on board. It was supposed to be a tri-county initiative, is what they called it. So it was myself, and it was a county judge from 2 other counties. And I'm not going to mention them. I think you all know who I'm talking about. And I have nothing against my colleagues as county judges, but I will say this. I had Mr. Uribe, which is my right-hand chief executive officer, with me in every meeting. I had my PIO in every meeting. I will say this. I think back now of all the meetings that we went to, which was almost probably every other week for the last year and a half, maybe, everything that was mentioned to me has not come to fruition. That in itself really makes me nervous. I was very much for it until I started seeing, and I tell everybody this, white flags turn to yellow flags have turned to red flags. And that right there scares me. My gut feeling is that something's wrong with this. They weren't even Raven. They right in the middle. They were. What was the name of the company? Challenger Company. Before Challenger, they were actually something else. My question is, and when I left that meeting and they told us that they were no longer going to be Challenger, they were going to be Raven, my simple mind started thinking, going, when has there ever changed companies in the middle of a project? That already, and then they talked about jobs. They talked about that there was going to be 1,500 jobs, that they were going to go ahead and work on construction. Well, now I'm finding out that they've already hired a construction company. So you tell me how, I thought they were going to have local people doing their jobs, and all of a sudden they hired. Then they go around saying that they are very much for the community, and they were going, and every single meeting, please understand, one of the number one things that I kept pressing on was, it's very important that we get a marketing team, and I need information. I need info on what I'm going to accept and what I'm going to be comfortable with for the constituents of Webb County. I never received it. Every meeting, we're going to get it for you. We're going to get it for you. And I finally told him one time, I said, if I don't get this info, and we don't get this marketing team, because they were supposed to have some huge marketing team that was going to come up and be our buffer, because I don't think I should pick up my pom-poms and be a cheerleader for this when I haven't gotten the information. That's my stance on that. So to me, it's important that they give me the information in order for me to make a decision what's right and what's wrong. And that's all I've been asking for. I'm going to tell you all something. I've been put in this position. And I'm disappointed with that. Because I'll tell you right now, I am not a man that's going to walk around, and when I tell you what I tell you, when I give you my word is my word. And I've had to back out of that word because they put me in this position. Because they didn't do what they told me they were going to do. And I'm proud to say that because I'm here to protect you. I'm here to protect every single one of you all. I could go on with a lot of they said and what's come to fruition. I could tell you, I could go on and on. It was just one thing after the other. All I'm asking for Raven, this company called Raven, all I'm asking for them to do is educate me. That way we could educate everyone else. And that still hasn't happened. That's the bottom line. We are dealing with people's lives here, people. We're dealing with children. Who cares what kind of money you could maybe get from a measly refinery that's right there? We're talking you tell me, how much are you worth? How much are your children worth? How much are your kids worth? Those are the questions that should be asked. Those are the real questions that need to be asked. Because right now, we shouldn't be out here, again, I went to Austin not too long ago, and in one of the meetings, I could already see that they were already making faces when I walked in, the two gentlemen that own Raven. I was really disappointed because they had the governor's people, they had TxDOT, they had a lot of these, people that were there in this meeting. I listened to them for about an hour, and I finally asked, I said, can you educate us on what you're even going to send TCEQ? Can you let us know when you're going to send the permit? Oh, no, we don't have that information yet. That's too premature. I said, really premature? Yet we're moving roads, we're building bridges, we're expanding roads for your refinery, yet that's not premature? I beg to differ. It's very, very much a real question that needed to be answered. Every single time that we asked a question, they had a folder about that big. Every single time that we asked them a question, oh, we get back with you on that. It's too early. We'll get back with you on that. We'll get back with you on that. But when we had a Coastal Bend College, we had some other colleges that were there. They were ready and eager to talk about economic development, start working on programs, start working on certifications. And I looked, and this is exactly what I told OCC, I told TAMU, and I told Coastal Bend. What curriculum are you all putting out? How do you know what you're going to put out there if you don't even know what's there? I said, and the other thing is, you're talking about, and I said this there, you're talking about 300 jobs or 500 jobs. You're going to give these hope to all these kids that's going to go work in a refinery. What are the odds of them getting a job? And one of them said, well, look, if they don't get a job at this refinery, they could get another job over here in Corpus. The people are retiring left and right. The key word was retiring. So when you retire, you're usually generally there for 25, 30 years. Am I correct? So here we're going to send out all these kids with all these certifications, and to do what with? I don't want them to have false hope like that. I don't think we should, especially on the backs of something that we don't even know. It hasn't matured. It's premature. That's premature. That's premature. I'm not a very smart man, but God gave me a heart, and God gave me a mind, and God gave me a gut. And all three of them are saying something's wrong. I ask that you would trust me on this. I'm not saying that you don't have your opinion. I'm just asking that you will respect mine, because I'm not looking out for one particular person. I'm not looking out for one particular group. I'm looking out for the whole constituents. And that is what I'm going to fight for, and that's what I'm going to continue fighting for. I think it's very, very important to understand. I could sit here and I could tell you all that I am very, very uncomfortable with this whole situation. I'm very disappointed with the lack of information. I'm very disappointed that they went out there right away and put out all these beautiful things. And I'm going to have to say it. I have received 2 anonymous phone calls. And I'm not going to mention if it's a female. I'm not going to mention gender. I have gotten 2 anonymous phone calls. And I will tell you, one of them, first thing the caller said was, wow, you stood up for what was right, and I appreciate that. And then they went on to say all the stuff about Raven and about those 2 individuals. And I'm not here to bash any individual. I'm not going to go ahead and mention it, but I'll tell you right now, I've been doing my homework, and everything that they said, it is unbelievably scary. That's all I'm going to say. And there's 2 individuals that called me on that. So with that said, if you have any questions, I would love to answer. I know you're going to have a beautiful panel here, a lot more expertise than myself. I just really wanted to come up here as a county judge. And first of all, I wanted to thank Tom, and I wanted to thank everyone that put this on, Tricia and everybody else in the panel for being here. And welcome to Webb County, by the way. My commissioner, my beautiful commissioner, my Tia Wawi, thank you as well for being here, and her staff. And she also is in the same boat that we're in. That's why she's here supporting this initiative as well, because she cares for the community out here. This is something that as a commissioner's court, we're going to stand by, and we're going to protect, and we're going to defend.